Well, welcome to day 16. Today we're going to talk about attitude, which is really one of the most important topics we can talk about. Because you're in a business and you're in a business with people, things are going to happen, and how you react to that is going to make a big difference, and that's your attitude. Just like every day, we talk about yesterday's assignment to start the day. And yesterday we said send out 20 more video links, and then just continue to follow up with your people that you've sent links to before, and then also make sure your team's on the system. And the big question is, did you do it? If you didn't, go back and do it. But it's really important to go step by step. So enough said about that. Hopefully you did that assignment and you're starting to get some real traction. Okay, and again, we always talk about our objective, which is a day-by-day instruction, one step at a time, to create a habit. It takes 25 days to do that. So we have a 25-day training system. Now, the first thing we do is talk about our daily dozen, the things that we do every day. And number one is take Core Care, SRQ, and Nuka Hiva, and also get everybody in our family to do the same thing. It's really important to be a product of the product. Second is read and listen. I won't talk a lot about that right now because a lot of what we're going to talk about in this lesson has to do with reading and listening, because that's one of the ways you develop your attitude. Attend company or team events. If you have a team event tonight or tomorrow, because they're all, every other day just about, there's something going on, make sure you're on it. Really take the time to be on that call. As part of being a team also is participating in that it just makes it a bigger meeting and makes it more exciting and makes it more believable and credible. And so you're a part of a team. Even if you don't have somebody coming on the call with you, you should go on it yourself no matter what. You say, well, I've been on a million of these things. They're always the same, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's two ways to look at it. One is you're supporting the team, and that's just something that, you should do as a team member and as a teammate. The other is, kind of use that in your favor to motivate yourself to get someone on that's new. Because would you have the same attitude about your team call if you had a brand new person on it? That's what I thought. Your attitude would be totally different if you had somebody new, right? I learned that lesson one time. I was in Hawaii on a company trip, all expenses paid. It was the 9th year in a row, and it was kind of like we were all like, just another trip to Hawaii. Ho hum, poor us. We have to go all the way to Hawaii and suffer to this wonderful resort in Maui. This is terrible. And it was pointed out that you'd be a lot more excited if you had a brand new person that qualified to come with you. And boy, did that open up my eyes and make a light bulb go off. It's always more exciting to participate in everything that goes on when you have new people with you, people that are experiencing it for the first time. So enough said. Meet one new person physically every day. We'll talk about that. And then find 5 people on social media and make them a friend. Number 7, comment on 2 posts on social media. Say something, reach out, make a comment, participate. Text message 5 friends to congratulate or encourage them. So important that we be uplifters and we spread positive. There's plenty of negative out there. We don't need to spread that around. It can spread by itself, right? Present Zenoa to a prospect. Most important thing on the list is expose your business, either the product or the opportunity, to somebody new. Write down the most important tasks you need to do today. Spend 10 dedicated minutes with every member of your family, shutting everything off and focusing on just a few minutes with them to find out what's going on. Express gratitude for your blessings. You've always got things you can be grateful for in life, and you want to identify those and focus on the positives and the things that are going really great in your life. Okay, so we're talking about attitude, and attitude determines your altitude. How far you go in life is going to be a lot determined by your attitude. The most important element of ensuring success is to decide to have a winning attitude, okay? Because, attitude is just how you think about things. It's how you react to what happens around you. And you always have a choice of how you're going to think and how you're going to respond to any circumstance or situation you encounter. Your attitude will contribute more to your success than any other factor. One of the things that I do, little tip, is that when something happens, I ask myself, what would Brad the Zen 12 do? Ask yourself, what would the Zen 12 do? If, as a leader, how would you respond to a situation where maybe you're behind in your bills, or maybe you have an argument with your spouse or partner, or maybe you have something happen in your business. Somebody calls you up and says, I quit, or whatever it is that happens in your business. What your attitude is will determine really your altitude or where you go from there. It's so important that we decide to have a good attitude, because it's really a decision. Okay. And so a lot of concepts when you're new in this business are new to you. And it's really natural to react critically. That's just our human nature, or even skeptically. Okay. But you have to keep a positive, open mind. And, the chances of you growing and flourishing will be greatly enhanced. Your support team has been down this road, and they're not going in a place that doesn't work. They already have tried and true methods. And so you have to have a little faith in the beginning. Try not to overreact or get critical or skeptical about the things that they're telling you. If you take a skeptical or hesitant approach, your business is going to stagnate or even decline. Okay, decide to be open-minded, exercise faith, embrace concepts and ideas that are presented. Do it enthusiastically, and that gets duplicated in your business. Attitude is contagious. Okay, become a proactive and genuinely become an interested student of the system. Okay, you want your upline, your enroller, your sponsor, the person that brought you into the business, you want them thinking that you're the best student they have. Be teachable. Understand that if you don't have what you want in life and you want to change some things, that you're going to need to change some things. Because if you keep doing the same things you're doing and expect different results, they say that's the definition of insanity. Got to change some things. So learn all you can as quickly as you can. Okay, and because the people that are coaching you, they want you to succeed as fast as possible. They're not going to lead you down roads that don't work. And that's how this system works. It's all about teamwork and being with a support team, and your support team, they succeed when you succeed. That's really important to have in your brain when that first thought of something new is skeptical, or where you begin to question the integrity or the intention of whoever is giving you that information. Okay, because really we're all committed to providing you the most predictable and rewarding what we call navigation possible, or path possible. We want you to get there as quick as possible. You deserve to be successful, and your past has nothing to do with your future. So you may be judging new things based on old things. Maybe you were involved in this industry before and you heard some things and you tried some things and they didn't work. Well, this is a new day. This is a new platform and a new system, and you need to have some faith and give it a shot. Okay. This is a new opportunity. Okay. And your upline, this Zenoa system is really designed to get you on the right path. There's no guarantee for success, but all the things that we do are to increase your odds or put them in your favor. Okay, so it can be it's not a matter of when you succeed. It's not a matter of if you're going to succeed. It's a matter of when you're going to succeed. So it becomes a matter of when, not if. Okay, makes sense? And so you need to trust the system. All right, because then it's just a matter of time. Keep in mind that not everybody's going to be excited about your dream and your vision, so you need to protect it. Okay, share it only with the people that have the incentive to help you achieve it. That'd be your support team and your partner in life, the people around you, maybe your kids. Okay, and so it's not uncommon for well-meaning relatives and friends to try to douse your flames. And it's because they love you. Their motivation is really not because they're trying to see you fail. They're trying to protect you from failure because they love you. So they're going to say things like, don't get your hopes up. I remember my mom said that to me. She says, honey, don't get your hopes up. Of course, I was wild. I was 21 years old. And I was saying, man, I don't have to go to college. I don't have to do this. I don't have to get a job. I'm going to be rich next week and all this stuff. And my mom is like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. here we go. So she said, don't get your hopes up. Well, that's exactly what you need to succeed. You need to get your hopes bigger than your fears, because we all have fears. What if it doesn't work? What if I can't do it? What if they don't like me? What if they say no? All those things are negative, and those are natural things for us to think. But when we get our hopes bigger than our fears, and we get our belief up, then we're willing to do things that we were unwilling to do because of the fear. We overcome the fear. Starts with faith, wanting to believe. We've talked about that in previous lessons. But then you've got to have a good attitude, and you've got to have the attitude, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. This is going to work. Get your hopes up, get them bigger than your fears, and then act. Okay? And so you got to trust the system. Your business will be fueled by your hopes and dreams. You got to, and believing in them is going to attract things that'll make them come true. It'll attract the right people. It'll attract the right circumstance. It's just kind of the law of the universe. It all starts with the 6 inches between the ears. Okay, and so one of the most important things to appreciate and understand about success is that you're going to be swimming against the tide until you achieve your desired results. In other words, a lot of people are going to tell you, you can't do it, you're never going to work, come back and get me when you do it, and they're really not going to believe in it. But what's funny is when you succeed, they're going to tell you things like, well, I always knew you'd make it. You had what it takes, always knew you were going to make it. And you're thinking to yourself, well, that's not what you said in the beginning. All right. So people were going to kind of go against you. Here's some thoughts that are going to help you in your attitude. Remember, 95% of the people, at least in North America, and I know I'm talking to a global audience, but 95% in North America, and I believe probably in the rest of the world too, own 5% of the wealth. And 5% own 95%. So does it make sense, if you want the results of the 5%, that 95% of the people out there are going to question or even criticize what you do? They don't think you're doing the right thing. They're in the 95% that own 5%. Which crowd do you want to listen to? Okay? All successful entrepreneurs get criticized until they achieve results. And then, like I said, they come back and they say, I always knew you'd be successful, all right? And you need to just get used to this. This is what it takes to be a winner and to be successful in business for yourself. Be patient and be committed for the long term. Do it with the right attitude, okay? Another thought to keep in mind is that success is slow, okay? And while it's being developed, okay, it seems like it's not happening, then all of a sudden it happens overnight. Okay, it doesn't happen linearly. So be patient. Just keep the pressure. Keep constant. Keep doing that. Be patient and committed for a long-term results. Okay? Be faithful and consistent to the things that you do on a daily basis. That's why we have the daily dozen. All right? Keeps you doing the little things that are going to make it work. Your progress isn't going to be linear. It's going to be exponential. Okay? So if it takes you 3 years to get to Zen 10 or Zen 12, after 1 year, you're not going to be a third of the way. You're not going to be a half of the year. After a year and a half, you're not going to be halfway there. You might only be 20% there. But then in the last 80% happens in the last 6 months. It happens like that. That's exactly what you should expect. Okay? It's more likely that you may be only 20% of the way after 2 years, with the remaining 80% that happens right at the last at the last time period. Okay. And so that's what we talked about earlier from creating momentum. Momentum comes when you do the right thing. You keep doing them, you keep doing them, you keep doing them. You do them long enough to gain traction. It's kind of like if you watched a tire in the mud. Okay, sometimes it'll go and then it'll catch in and the vehicle will move. It's kind of like that. So don't get frustrated by the things that you can't control. What you can control is what you do every single day. And you can control your attitude. So stay positive and work on you, okay? You are all you got, okay? If you just work on you and build your business, everything else will fall in place. And so I like to just think of keep moving. Just keep moving. It's hard to move. It's hard to shoot a moving target. So keep moving, right? Don't stop and, and analyze. right? It's not what happens to life. It's what you do, how you respond to circumstances and events. Successful people keep a positive attitude, and they choose to be positive in the face of adversity, sometimes great adversity. You know, take pride as an entrepreneur in your ability to remain focused on your group and your goals, and really be resilient and responsive to the things that happen. Take pride. It's like a badge of courage. You know, that's why when winners get together, they relate to each other, because they're all being shot at. They're all being criticized, yet they're able to just go right through it. I remember seeing an interview with the president recently where the interviewer asked him, how do you do it? And he said, you know what? And this guy's a billionaire. He said, no, you know what? I've been criticized my whole life. This is normal for me. I've always had this environment. Well, that's what winners do, is they succeed in that environment. All right. So developing a positive attitude is vital to your success. And being proactive, and associate with proven successful Zenoa leaders with similar attitudes. You do that by attending every event, okay, and maximizing all the tools, working with your support team. And, you know, that's what's going to position you for success. You're going to become average in the group you hang out with. You're going to have the attitude of the people that you hang out with. If you hang out with negative Nellies, you know, the people that are all, you know, how's it going? Well, fair to middling. Man, when somebody asks you, how's it going? You say, unbelievable. Man, if it gets any better, I'm going to be worried. That's the response of a winner. That's somebody that has an attitude that it's all going to be great. It's all going to work out. Just wait. It's not over. I've read the final chapter of the book. I know how it turns out. Have you ever watched a movie and it was so distressing that you had to go to the last part of the movie just to find out what's going to happen because you were on pins and needles and was starting to ruin your life? And you said, well, I'm just going to go to the last chapter. My friend Bertie, my best friend, my partner in life, Bertie, we'll watch a series and sometimes we'll binge watch, you know, one of these series and stuff. And she gets so worked up in the series. We'll go, I mean, it'll be 7 seasons and we'll be in season 1. We'll go to season 7 to the last episode just so we can see who's still alive, who made it, who didn't make it, just so that we can relax during the whole thing and enjoy it. No, it looks like they're going to take him off the show, but nope, he's going to survive or she's going to survive. Okay. You got to have that attitude about your business. I already know I'm a Zen 12. The CV just hasn't caught up. I already know I'm going to do 5 million CV every month and have an amazing business all around the world, but the CV just hasn't showed up. The people who are going to be in the network, they're not in yet. They don't even know they're going to be Zen 10s, and they're going to be Zen 10s in your business, and they don't even know it. That's the attitude that you got to have. All right. And that comes when you have belief in your dream. When you identified it, you crystallized it, you can imagine it happening, and you have a path and a goal and a strategy and a belief and an attitude that you're going to get there. When you bring all those things together, that's when you see that exponential growth. Okay. So here's today's assignment. Read chapter 1 in The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Now, you may have this book on your shelf. You may want to go buy it. You may want to put it on Audible or download it in your Kindle book reader. Or you could just click on this link that I'm putting on here. You can't click on it because you're watching a video, but you could copy this link and you can go online and you can read this book for free. So there's absolutely no excuse that you can't read the first chapter, which I believe is 22 pages, between now and tomorrow. And so that's your assignment. We'll see you tomorrow. Always remember, the affiliate that shares it the most wins.